Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khush aamdeed, ji aya nu, goeiemorgen, pakhair ragale, bonjour, and so many other words that probably I don't remember right now, but welcome to Well This Morning with Shiza Hashmi on a blessed Friday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope all of you are doing good and are in your seats with your hot cups of coffee or chai, whatever. Pakistan happens to be a chai lover nation, and we love to serve tea to our guests as well. That's what we've been learning throughout this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the weather, it is partially sunny outside here in Islamabad. But to begin with, let's take a look at the weather updates from around the country. So on your screens right now, we do have the weather visuals. And well, the Met Office has predicted that widespread rain and thunderstorm is going to be happening over the hills in western parts of the country. I'm just waiting for my team to put the visuals on screen. Okay, great. So according to Met Office again, widespread thunder shower with snowfall over hills accompanied by windstorm expected in Quetta, Job, Kalat, Makran, Kohat, Bannu, Diai Khan during this period. Widespread rain with snowfall over the hills also expected at isolated places in Malakan, Hazara, Peshawar, Mardan, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Sargodha, DG Khan, Multan, Sakkar, Larkana divisions, Islamabad, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Also, a strong rain-bearing system approaching Balochistan and likely to grip southern parts of the country today and may persist in upper parts till Monday morning. So this is sort of a mixed weather in different parts of the country, but we're mostly looking at rainfall and probably snow in the hilly areas as well. Talking about what message do I have to start today with? It's basically so basic. You've heard it a lot, take care of your surroundings, traffic rules, whatnot. But this is about sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Please, please catch up on at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. It's healthy for you and the people around you as well. Why am I saying this? Because unfortunately, in the morning, I happened to face a sort of a traffic accident. I was a part of it. But the other person who was coming from the other way was, not well caught up in sleep and accidentally bumped into our car, and it was so horrible to be a part of it. So for the safety of your own, your family and the people around you, please, please, please make sure that you are healthy enough and also you have enough sleep from the night. Another thing that we need to start the day with. The message of peace, ladies and gentlemen. Just yesterday, we were discussing this caravan of love that happens to happen in Spain. It's a small carnival and whatnot. But that was one of the examples of the messages of peace that we need to put out in the world. So lately, I'm so proud of Pakistani nation, the government, and the armed forces and everything, because, ladies and gentlemen, we have set an example on a global level of what peace promoters actually are, what peace wanters actually are. No matter what or where our, warmongers or war maker neighbors are going, we are going in the opposite direction. We are here to promote and make peace. And that is what we're going to talk about today. So lately, what I've been seeing is the Twitterati, or the people who use social media in Pakistan. This is sort of an appreciation for all of them. You guys have been so sane and wise in the words that you pick. You were not promoting any hate. You were not promoting or cheering for war. All that you guys were doing was supporting Pakistan. The sentiment of nationalism, patriotism, it was so obvious in your tweets, in your posts that you were putting up. And everyone was praying for the safety of the region, not only Pakistan, but for the region. And it was beautiful to look at coming from all of you. So this one's for all of you out there, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what we are talking about today. So I have in my studio with me some amazing women from sort of different fields. One happens to be an influencer, one happens to be a psychologist, and another happens to be a motivational speaker. But all of them come with a message of peace, and that is what Pakistan stands for as well. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce them to you so that we start the conversation. On my right-hand side, we've been joined by a regular who's been on the show at least more than 3 times ever since I've joined it. She happens to be a psychologist. This is Dr. Misbah Khan. Hello, welcome to the show again. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Okay, and next to Dr. Misbah, we have someone who happens to be a motivational speaker. So yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we had sort of a different topic in our mind. And immediately we had to switch to this one because, of course, we love talking about peace. And this girl right here, she said this happens to be one of her favorite topics. No matter what, she's going to come, she's going to speak about it, and she's also going to present the ideas of peace that she has in her mind for the region, for the entire globe. She happens to be Sara Abid. Hello, assalamu alaikum, welcome to the show.
Walaikum assalam, thank you so much.
You're most welcome. It's so pleasant to have you over here. And the next, we have with us an influencer, as I already mentioned, but I'm calling her an influencer because she has a massive, massive following on Instagram and probably on Facebook as well. She happens to be a singer. She has performed quite some gigs in the Twin Cities across, the country as well. And she has been singing for different labels and different, shows on TV that we're probably not supposed to name because they're not from PTV. But this is Maria Onera for you, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome to the show. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Good morning. Thanks.
Good morning, yes. But you sound so low. This is not a good morning for you, probably.
Well, I'm an artist. We're not morning people.
Oh, you know what? I'm
was
not
actually-
either. But I actually had 2 cans of coffee, as I always do. My viewers know.
Yeah,
so I'm all
that's
pumped.
that's my routine every single day.
Really?
Whenever I wake up, at least 2 cups of coffee.
I know it doesn't work without that. So, okay, girls, I know that all of you are here with a message of peace, and it's so brilliant to watch that because you're from different fields, and this is only to show that Pakistan actually is all about peace. No matter where you belong to, no matter what you're doing, we are all about peace. So to start with Dr. Misbah over here, being a psychologist, from that perspective, you have to tell, because of the situation that's been going on lately, do you feel like the warmongers are probably going to deter our resolve of bringing peace to the world?
I believe pleasantly and very good for our country and the global
Yeah.
is we have much more aware people now.
Yes.
The majority of people, thank God, are much more aware of what peace and war, the difference is.
Yeah.
The glorification of war has been dulled down by the reality that we see on television every day,
Right.
and sometimes very much close to home, and it's been close to home for the last 10 to 15 years. So what's happened with that is war has not been romanticized
Yeah.
as much,
Yeah.
and it's not been also rainbowed into thinking, oh my God, it's like so, it's like
Fancy.
heroic.
Yeah, heroic.
No, it's not heroic. It's bloody.
Yes.
It's hurtful, and it's damaging.
Of course.
And I'm very bad with names, but the gentleman from the army, the head of the army, whatever his name is,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
the chief of army
Yes,
staff?
exactly.
Okay.
As you know, I'm very much
No
away
problem,
from
no
politics.
problem, yeah.
So he said something: war does not give you anything, but it takes a lot away from you.
Of course.
So he spoke about the basic damage that war does.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad about what the Pakistani community, Pakistani public, or what our nation has, said to whoever's
Right,
causing issues. Okay, you know what? We are ready for peace and not war,
Yeah.
because we're losing people on both sides.
And Ms. But that is actually so true. So in case of war, I mean, we gave out the message that if someone does initiate war, we are going to be prepared for it, but we're not promoting it. I mean, we are open for dialogue, we're open for peace, and that, as you already mentioned, our Chief of Army Staff, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, basically gave out the message, and so did our Prime Minister, so did all of our politicians. And actually just yesterday, when the Parliament session was going on with the, cabinet members and everyone out there, and when Imran Khan, the Prime Minister, sort of suggested the idea of this peace gesture that we're going to have today, mashallah, so proud of that. Everyone was supporting that. Everyone was in line with that. No objection, no opposition. And it was such an amazing moment to look at. What do you think about this, Sarah?
I think it is amazing. And May kal hi I was reading something about peace, and it said, world will see peace only if the love, if the
No problem. Think about it.
yeah, sorry, मैं actually कल ही इसको पढ़ी थी, and
Maybe we can give the
it
theme
said,
of it, if not the correct words.
yeah, so it said only if the love for people will be more than the love for power. So it was something
true,
around
though.
that.
So true, though.
Yeah.
Right?
So
So are you really proud of this gesture? Because I know I
I
am.
am,
It's going
I
to
am,
be happening on the
definitely.
Wagah border today, ladies and gentlemen. And there are so many other options that we could have opted for. But we
Yeah.
chose for the peace one. And this is a huge shout out to Turkey, a huge shout out to the United Arab Emirates and our friend Saudi Arabia as well. They sided with us in this situation of, war and whatever was going on lately. But coming to you, Maya Onera, I will come to you, as an influencer, I really need to have your thought and idea of, what to do in such a situation when so many thousands and millions of people are looking up to you of what your stance is going to be. So first of all, your understanding of the situation, and then what you did.
I think there's a lot of miscommunication.
Yes.
Hence why people always claim to act in a very like impulsive manner without having to talk about it. I think our country, Pakistan especially, is promoting peace right now. I think they are all by it because
Yes.
our country's been through a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, and over like not just the past couple of years, but like since the country was kind of independent,
Yeah.
when it got
Ever
its
since its
independence.
inception.
So, you know, I mean, I, as an influencer, as people on my social media keep asking me why I haven't put out a statement, it's not me to put out a statement. It's not like, I mean, I can always, I mean, this is not the time when I should be promoting peace. I should be promoting peace
All the
every
time.
single
Yes,
day.
yes,
And not
yes.
just for Pakistan, but for the world.
Of course, I like that
Right
approach.
now, I feel like I'm in a pageant show, world peace. Yeah, so I just feel like whatever I can, I mean, I just feel like my statement shouldn't be so clear. It should at least be like through my music and through me coming on a morning show
Yeah.
to promote peace. I just think that our country's been through so much that this is the, I mean, I'm a proud Pakistani right now. Just hearing that we are all by it. Every single person on Twitter, on YouTube, on even Instagram have only said positive things. And I
Yes,
think that's the best way to go about it, because if we are going to act impulsive towards any situation for that matter, not just like the given current situation of our country, but any single thing, if we don't be positive first step, that is us only putting ourselves in.
Yeah, you know,
know.
absolutely. And we do not need to be immature or insecure like our hegemonic neighbors. But Maria, I absolutely love what you said, that you have to promote peace every day. And for all those people who were actually questioning influencers like Maria on social media, that why they haven't put up a stance or a statement out yet, ladies and gentlemen, there are different ways of expression. And Maria Aware happens to be a singer. So that is the medium she chose for promoting peace, you know, across the globe, not only in Pakistan. So we have a small national song, a piece of what she sang on TV. We're going to play it for you just to raise the sentiment of patriotism early in the morning. Good morning. Let's head out to this.
आगे जाएंगे जो मिलके सभी कैसे रोकेगा कोई रास्ता कभी मुंतज़िर मंज़िलें कहे.
Well, this was Watan Ki Beti by Maria Onera Qureshi over here, ladies and gentlemen. So Maria, for this specific, you know, project, you were working with the Real Armed Forces, you visited the base and everything. How was the experience?
Surreal. I mean, at first I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I was just told that we're doing a collaboration with the Pakistani Air Force.
Okay.
I was like, okay, sure. What do I have to do? Just let me know. And I was a lot younger. This was actually, we shot this, I think 2016 or 15 or something. I can't even remember. But
so you've been basically promoting the message of peace ever since.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, I feel like I'm in a pageant show. Yeah, no, but after working with them continuously, we didn't only do the song. We actually also toured and went to several of like their base camps, and I got to meet exchange program students from like Jordan and like
Wow.
different countries coming to study and like be part of the Pakistani Air Force. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. And gradually, as I met a lot of the students, a lot of the military officers, a lot of the Air Force officers, I became really like excited to like
Right.
know their story and immensely inspired. They're human beings, you know. They're out there to save our nation, our country, and everything. But they have full great intention.
Yeah.
And I gained so much respect
I know
working
nothing but
closely with them.
respect, yeah.
So it was I was really glad and happy to know that side of our Air Force.
Right, okay, perfect. But ladies and gentlemen, because of the current situation that's been going on in this region, not only in our country, there were a lot of people who were terrified by the blackouts or the sirens going on in
Yeah.
different. It was all because of security reasons. Makes sense. But Dr. Misbah, what do you think this is going to do to the brains of the youngsters over here? I mean, for us, we do know what is right and wrong. We can make the right choice, but there happen to be a huge percentage of teenagers in our country as well. And they are not very quick on grabbing the exact point that needs to be gotten
Yeah.
out of all of this. So what is this doing to all of them?
Well, teenagers, well, in a normal set anyway, in a normal set of circumstances, would are an influential, impressionable anyway. But in a situation which is critical or high alert, like nowadays,
Right.
and a bit like, as you would know, teenagers are very adventure orientated. They want to be like, we want to be doing things which are, out of the norm and show. That's how they are.
Yes.
So that can be misled. They can be misguided into thinking that attacking or having a non-peace attitude is actually, as I said earlier, courageous and heroic
And trendy as well.
trendy. And if I say pro-peace, I'll be labeled as you're a weak person and
Old
you're
school.
or old school or you're not loyal enough or you're against your country and all of that message that
Right,
you'll get.
right.
So it's very important for teenagers to have mentors, peace mentors.
Yes.
So parents, teachers, older relatives or
Right.
friends who can actually guide them that, it's peace is the way forward. And actually having a pro-peace attitude is much more of a courageous attitude than having a warmongering
Yes,
attitude.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because as we already know, even though we are very pro-peace, there are still the little elements
segments,
of
yeah.
segments and elements of people who want to do something, disastrous, and disruptive. And
But
that-
also out of love for their country. The
yeah,
approach is wrong,
obviously.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But we're talking about attitude
Yeah.
and how it can influence young people. And as we know, as I said earlier, young people want to do something out of the ordinary,
Yeah.
and it's like, and that can be very disastrous.
Of course.
So it's a message for parents listening to please be aware of what your child is doing on social media, what kind of messages they are being exposed to,
Yeah.
and what messages they are exposing others to.
Right, right.
Because no matter what people think, cyberspace is a real space.
Yeah, of
and
course,
our
of course.
footprints are going to, be...
Make a difference. of
Yes,
course, yeah.
exactly, later on in life. And so it's very important that this is, inshallah, just a small bump in the road.
Yeah.
But please don't let this bump become a mountain for your
Yeah.
future
Right.
career or life prospects,
Yeah,
So be very
perfectly
careful,
said.
be very vigilant.
Thank you so much for saying that. And this is actually right for all the parents. I mean, this time of the day, actually, there are the parents only one or grandparents watching my show because kids happen to be in schools, luckily. So for all the parents out there, you really do need to be vigilant, as Dr. Misbah already said, of the things that your kids are sharing on their social media media, on their phones or whatever, and the messages they themselves are taking out of it. Because no matter what they see, positive or negative, their understanding of it is going to be different. But speaking about this, Sarah, Misbah already mentioned that, there is a certain segment of our society for different reasons who happen to be promoting not peace. Let's not say war, but not peace, you know what I mean? So for them, how do you think, or what do you think can change their mind so they can probably hop on with us on the peace wagon? Wasn't really a hard question, but okay, any one of you can
Yeah,
go on
yeah,
about
yeah.
this, because there are, no matter what, we cannot ignore that segment of the society, right? I mean, for all of you out there who are probably saying that we shouldn't have made this peace gesture or it makes us weak, I think on the contrary, it does not make us weak at all. And also our religion teaches us that. Our constitution teaches us that. The country, the nationality, everything teaches us that. So ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I think we are going to be taking a very short break. But when we come back, we will be talking about how proud we are of Pakistani journalists and Pakistani media as compared to the other side of, and how they have been misrepresenting news. So stay tuned, because this is going to get exciting. Good morning.
Pakistan.
Welcome back to World This Morning, which is a Hashmi Jumma Mubarak. Do not forget to include me and my team in your prayers today. So we are talking about peace and world peace, peace on a larger scale. But I feel like in the 25 minutes discussion that we already had, we sort of missed out on the point that what peace actually means. So I think I will have to start with Sara Abid over here. Probably your understanding of peace and also a general understanding of peace for the people out there.
So for me, I think peace is a state where there is harmony, there is understanding, there are friendships,
Yes, of course.
there's love,
Yeah.
and there's calmness. I'd like to here share one of my experiences
Yes, please go ahead.
of a conference that I went to. So ये conference होती है Pakistan में. It is called Young Leaders Conference.
Okay, okay.
And children from different backgrounds, from different religions come, and because there's peace. आप उस कॉन्फ्रेंस पे जाते हैं, so आपको नजर आता है a lot of care, a lot of love, a lot of friendships, and all right, and a lot of collaborations that they kids then do when they go out, when they go out after the conference.
Yeah, no matter what
And-
nations they belong to, they're all in harmony and love.
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
yes, and I feel it is very important, and I think all of the religions, teach
Give
us.
Yes, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
so
you're
I think-
actually really right over here. Just yesterday, I was watching sort of a clip or a video of a show from the other side of the border on which one of our anchors from PTV was a guest speaker. And she was making such mature and valid points. I was so proud of her. And I think this is what we have to come to right now, the media and the information sharing on Pakistani media and the other side of the border as well. So as I've already mentioned in the beginning of the show, I am so proud of this sense, the media literacy that everyone has been observing lately. Now this is a question to all of you, first of all. There was some great level of misrepresentation of facts and news in the media from the other side, but Pakistan was continuously, giving out the right facts. And even international media hopped on, and there was BBC, there was CNN, and so many other news organizations who were actually picking up facts from Pakistani news because there was no, let's say, blatant lying about it. What was the part of this, news information sharing that you actually admired?
I think I like. Okay, if we're talking seriously, I'm glad that Pakistan. I mean, we had nothing really to hide. We were kind of just being honest. We were just speaking literally what was happening. But I think the most funniest bit is the humor because I don't watch the news.
Okay.
I don't watch TV. Millennial. But I'm mostly on my phone and Instagram and like the hashtags and then my friends, they're on Twitter and then
Right.
they send it over. So the humor aspect of the information, whatever it is, even if it's just like a normal
On a lighter note,
on a much like lighter note, I think that's also if we really look into the way a lot of the teenagers, a lot of the young adults, how they're taking it.
Yes.
I think that's also a positive approach.
Absolutely.
Making slight memes and tweeting funny things, and even the arguments that people are having on social media, they're all funny.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I said earlier in the show in the beginning, that we're not only promoting peace through actually saying world peace,
Yeah.
we're actually promoting it through humor and making it
Yes.
fun because nobody wants to be under pressure. Nobody wants to be continuously stressed.
Yeah.
I just think it's really funny how we, as Pakistanis, again, a nation that has been through so much,
Right,
how
right.
we can take something that just kind of happened out of the blue, kind of like, I mean, it's not like we've been wanting. I believe like our country's been promoting peace for a very long time
Yes.
now.
More than 70 years for sure.
And all right, maybe sometimes we don't get away with it or maybe we don't fulfill it, but despite everything and everything that the country is going through right now, the fact that people are taking it and putting it out in a much humor way,
Yeah.
I just think that that's also like a positive
It is.
sign.
Also, it's very courageous to take something on a lighter note. When
But it
such-
also kind of depends on how you take it. You can either be offended or you can laugh about it and be like,
True.
haha, that was funny. All right, I
True.
feel better now,
And you know
I mean,
what? Actually, throughout this process, there was something so disappointing to see. There are some peace ambassadors or celebrities or influencers from that side of the border who were cheering war. They wanted war, and I absolutely hated that because, to be honest, before that, I sort of had some respect for them. I
Yeah, I
admired
get
their
it.
work, to be honest, because they
like
were
where you said
artists.
some.
Yeah, just being safe out here.
But can I just say that perhaps instead of us, you know, saying or being slightly disappointed by the way they've been handling it on that side, let's just say, for example, like those people again do not live in that specific
Exactly. And
country.
they're not
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
affected by war
So
at
they're
all.
not going to be affected, and also I feel like they've been given the wrong information.
And that is why they have their
Own opinion.
own opinion and,
And,
their
you
own
know,
perspective. Yeah.
Hence the back and forth tweets.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if they were to know, I mean, Thorabot, like they got like a you know, be quiet call, trying to make this censor as possible.
Yeah, but also, Mara, you being an artist actually happens to be, and we expect them to be a peace ambassador, right?
Yeah,
So how can you actually, wake up one morning and be like, I am going to promote war today? How is
Yeah.
that even possible?
I don't think that that's exactly what they intend on. I just think that they're cheering for their nation because of whatever they're being told. Like I said, they don't even live in their country, but like they live abroad somewhere else.
exactly.
It could
They're
be
not-
literally anywhere else, and not by choice, maybe by work, because you know they're influencers, they're
Right.
actors, they're musicians, they're
They're
producers.
supposed to at least say something,
So,
right? At the
yeah,
start.
but I feel like this is just my opinion, and I could get a lot of hate for it, but I just feel like everybody in the world, specifically our nation and our neighbors, I just feel like whatever the situation's happening, we have to be relevant. So jo bhi hamare, like whatever we feel like we need to say, we're just gonna say it without thinking
That's
the
true as well.
consequences. Which I'd like to say that I'm really proud of the Pakistani media industry because a lot of our celebrities, a lot of our singers, influencers, a lot of my friends, they have been taking it so ever lightly. There's this YouTuber, his name is Irfan Junejo. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, I honestly was so proud when I saw he put up a video on Instagram and he said that you all are asking me to give an opinion. I have no opinion because I'm not here to talk about it. If
Okay.
you want me to talk about it, then मैं तो यही कहूँगा कि रोक लो जो भी सब कुछ है.
Okay,
You know, like
yeah,
he was very
exactly. They want to stop-
straightforward.
yeah.
And then he shared a message from one of his fans from the across the border,
yeah.
and he was like, "Look, not every single person is ruthless or
True.
coming out with the intention of being you know,
A
promoting
warmonger, yes.
Yeah.
And actually, this is what I need to come to with Misbah over here. Maria already said that not everyone wants war from the other side as well. But the psyche of actually hopping on the bandwagon that has been happening lately, please explain that to us. Because even if all of us, let's say 5 people, and 3 of them or 4 of them are actually cheering war, the 5th person automatically is going to be cheering war, listening to all of what is happening. Please explain the psyche to us.
Okay, so keeping a bit lighter from the millennial to the Jurassic Park. Yeah, so firstly, yes, I would like to appreciate and actually respect the people who've actually made it lighter
Yeah.
and put humor into it because laughter is the best medicine.
Absolutely.
The best fight against fear is laughter. When you laugh it off, the fear diminishes.
Yeah.
So your question is...
That's what I've been doing ever since I had that accident in the
Yeah,
morning. But
and you need some chamomile tea to calm yourself
okay, I
down.
will have that.
Trust me. Okay.
Okay.
So the question was, how do we? Okay, so it's a bit like a group mentality
Yeah.
or a mob mentality, and that's very natural. What happens is goes back to our cave times when we were living in
Okay.
caves. We used to find safety numbers.
Okay.
So if I have 4 people, if I'm a group of 5 people and I am the only person going against it, I will feel unsafe. So it's better to keep in the crowd and be standing out alone.
No
and
matter if you are on the opposite side of the idea as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because the human survival instinct will kick in.
Okay.
It will be
makes
like,
sense.
okay, what if I stand alone? What if will happen? You know, what if they go against me?
Yeah,
What if
exactly.
someone says, you know, you're whatever anti-national or the other word I don't want to
Okay,
use.
okay.
You know, what if you are a weak person? So all of these doubts come in, and then we start judging ourselves. And then what happens is some people have the resilience
Right.
and the fortitude
Right.
to actually stand and say, no, you know I'm right. and I will stand with this. And hopefully, by the passage of time and with some more few good men, quoting a, you know who, you know, I will have more supporters and companions. Some people
But
do
very
not.
few people do that. I mean,
That's-
the courage,
that's
it requires a lot of courage, right?
Yeah, exactly, and resilience.
Yeah, of
and
course.
knowing that standing on the right side for the right reasons will sometimes leave you alone. But it's better to stand alone than stand with
The wrong side,
Wrong
kind
side,
of people.
yes.
Thank you so much for explaining that. That actually does make a lot of sense. And since we are talking about peace, guys, this is not about you know, peace in Pakistan or peace across the border as well. This is about world peace. And lately, I see a lot of signs which are actually, you know, pointing towards world peace, global peace, and I'm so proud to see that. Actually, I mean, with this peace gesture of our Prime Minister Imran Khan today, we are hoping, fingers crossed, towards a de-escalation of the situation as well. And also, just yesterday, the President of the U.S., Donald Trump, met with Kim Jong-un from North Korea, and we are again hoping for peaceful things to happen because they did have a peaceful dialogue. And also today happens to be Zero Discrimination Day. So I feel like if there is no discrimination among nations, among people, among color, among ideas, automatically we are moving towards peace.
Yep,
Global
absolutely.
peace, world
Acceptance.
peace. Do you have something to say about this, Sarah? Please go on. I mean, of course, because I'm pretty sure none of us actually here support discrimination. Discrimination is of all sorts, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with you, Maria.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Discrimination is just like you're demotivating
Right.
the second person. As a female musician in Pakistan, you know, growing up, I've been doing this for 10 years and it's still a struggle. So any minute, any second, I feel I'm being discriminated. My head just completely falls down and I kind of just shut myself out from the world. Again, we're artists, we're very, very like emotional and
Of course,
very,
you're supposed to be.
we're very vocal about our emotions and we just kind of exaggerate a lot sometimes. But, you know, I just feel like as, not even just as an artist, as a human being, you shouldn't be felt like that ever, you know? And discrimination and demotivating somebody and degrading somebody, that I feel like that causes a lot of problems for the person mentally as well.
And I feel like it only portrays your own insecurities. I mean,
Exactly.
as a person who you are, if you're not okay with, let's say, strong people or better people being around you, you yourself are the person who's weak.
Exactly,
What about
which
you,
is-
Miss Bud? I
sorry.
mean, I'm so sorry. We'll come back to you, please.
Yeah.
About zero discrimination.
discrimination. What does actually discrimination is? What is discrimination?
Go
It's a
on.
toxic behavior towards another person because of your own judgments.
Right.
And where does it begin? It begins from beliefs and attitudes which we grow into then accepting as a cultural society's norm.
Norms, yes.
By discriminating, what we are actually doing to ourselves, or using the I statement, I would be doing to myself would be to stop myself from learning and growing and exposing myself to a new venture and adventure in life.
Right.
By not going, say, imagine there's a door and I'm not opening it because I have a fear that there's a monster behind them.
Okay,
What
okay.
I'm actually losing a chance and opportunity of might be, 50% chance, it might be a very good opportunity.
Exploring.
Exploring. We as humans, as going back to our cave times again, we still function a lot out of our lizard or amygdala brain.
Okay,
And
okay.
that is a brain which was formed to protect us. And no matter how much, I'm a psychologist, and no matter how much people say, I do not judge, we do judge.
Of course.
The
At
first
some
5
point,
seconds,
we do.
instantly we judge. And that is not our evolved brain. That is our amygdala brain. That is a survival. So it's our emotional intelligence which needs to be put in and say, okay, you know what, I judge this person, but let me go and ask a question. It's like I read a quote by Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
It's like, I do not know that man. Also, I do not like that man.
Yeah.
Maybe I should know him better. So this is
Makes
the
absolute
attitude we
sense.
should be having.
Absolutely. And if all of us, or even most of us, do have that attitude, we are definitely seeing such a better world with no discrimination, no nothing at all. But I think the conversation is sort of getting a little tense, so to loosen the stress a little bit, we have with us an artist who we need to make use of. Mario Nera, it's time for you to pick up your guitar and entertain us early in the morning.
Wonderful.
Anything Pakistani and anything light, and I know
PTV
you.
is the only channel that makes me sing at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. and you're always up for it. Thank you so much.
Oh man. Sorry, I'm just gonna tune my guitar
Yeah,
a
sure,
little
no
bit.
problem.
This is exactly very, very metaphorical of what's happening. We're tuning the peace process, you know?
There
We
we go.
are actually, and we are the only ones doing that.
Yeah, well, we've got the best musicians to tune anyway. So
Thank you. Just before I start, I just want to talk a little bit about this song.
Yes, please.
It's a song that I wrote with my good friend Ahmed Mehdi. Shout out, he's been on the show as well
Okay,
a couple
okay.
times. He and I, we one day sat down, and just coming back to the topic of discrimination.
Yeah.
Like I said, as a female artist being in Pakistan, it was very difficult for me because I'm half Filipino.
Okay.
And I grew up in a house where my parents only spoke in English, and my mom was, you know, she would always bring her foreign friends over. So I never was exposed to
The Pakistani culture,
the
as per se.
Well, not the culture, but at least the music scene.
Okay, okay,
Until
makes
I was
sense.
like 15.
Okay, okay.
So for me, it was really hard growing up and developing an accent and like enunciating the right words and knowing the meaning. So I was severely discriminated for, you know, like burger bachi, go back to
Okay.
China. Like, you know, I used to get like hate messages like that. So one day I kind of put my foot down and I walked up to my friend and I was like, you know, we need to write a song together. And we need to write a song that doesn't only represent my story, but represents a lot of other people, not just girls. Specifically, you feel like it's a song for women, but
Right.
it's actually a song that will suit the current situation.
Yes.
The song will suit, you know, whatever any individual is going through. And the song's called Kyun Na Hu.
Okay, cue now. But before you start, Maria, because we're short on time, I just have to say just a quick wrap up and then we close the show with your song, of course. For all the people who were discriminating or let's say degrading Maria or anyone like her, you need to mentally grow up because, of course, first of all, you're all created equal. And then it's only good for your own brain, the health of your brain, to not discriminate among people.
love
Please
yourself.
remember Pakistan in your prayers today, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading out towards a peace process, which we ourselves have initiated, and we're so proud of that. If there's anything you need to write to us on our Facebook page with the name of World This Morning, on Twitter, World This Morning without a G, Daily Motion on YouTube, World This Morning, and the repeat you can watch at 11 p.m. tonight. Headed over to Maria.
कुछ मुश्किलों में भी है जिंदगी की खुशी, कुछ रास्तों में है कांटों के तारे बिछी आरज़ू भी है, कुछ जस्तजू की घड़ी मेरी नस नस में बसी है एक जिद्दी लड़की खड़ी। क्यों ना हूँ, क्यों ना हूँ, मैं अपने पैरों पे खड़ी ना हूँ। क्यों ना हूँ, क्यों ना हूँ, मैं अपने पैरों पे खड़ी। आज तो है ये ही लड़की वो ही जो थी कभी, बस रास्तों की वो मुश्किलें नहीं रही, कुछ मंजिलें जो थी वो है पीछे कहीं खड़ी। मैं आ गई हूँ अब एक मकसद के करीब।